Good morning to all of you, dear students. Today we will read about grave errors of the East. So basically, from the early 19th century, many British officials began to criticize the Orientalist vision of learning. They said that knowledge of the East was full of errors and unscientific thoughts. So basically, we have discussed in a live class also that 19th century there are many British officials begin to criticize our ancient text and ancient culture. So basically, Oriental vision of learning they are criticized. They said that knowledge of the East was full of errors and unscientific thoughts. ठीक है? So our thoughts was unscientific. That was thinking that was thought by British officials. Eastern lecture was non-serious and light-hearted, so they argued that it was wrong on the part of the British to spend so much effort in encouraging the study of Arabic and Sanskrit language and literature. So basically, they were tell that British to spend much of effort encouraging to study Arabic and Sanskrit language. It was full loss of time. James Mill, one of the most person who was criticized Orientalist. Okay, so basically who attacked the Orientalist. Okay, the British effort he declared should not be to teach what the natives wanted or what they respected in order to please them and win a place in their heart. The aim of education ought to be to teach what was beautiful and practical. So basically, the aim of education ought to be teach what was useful and practical. So basically, what they had said, कि our ancient texts, our thoughts, our ancient thinkers were teaching not practically. So Indians should be made familiar with the scientific and technical advances that the West had made, rather than with the pure poetry and sacred literature of the Orient. So basically Orient जो है वो sacred lectures को जो क्या करते थे पढ़ते थे उनको बताते थे. So basically they are criticizing that thing. By the 1830s, the attack of the Orientalists becomes sharper. Okay, 1830s में अटैक ऑफ ओरिएंटलिस्ट का क्या हुआ वो स्टार्ट होने लगे and one of the most outspoken and influential of such critics of the time that was Thomas Babington Macaulay. So Babington Macaulay, he was a he was also criticized our ancient thinkers and he saw India as an civilized country that needed to be civilized. So basically, they thought, and they basically he was thought about the India that India is not a civilized country. No branch of Eastern knowledge, according to him, could be compared to what England had produced. Okay, and who could deny? Declared Macaulay. Macaulay ने ये बोला था, it was very important कि a single self of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabic. ठीक है, Arabia. So basically, a single self of a good European library. It was very important कि एक single self जो है यूरोपियन लाइब्रेरी की सिंगल सेल्फ जो है वो इंडिया के और अरेबिया के पूरे लिटरेचर के बराबर है. इतना बड़ा आर्गुमेंट. सो ही अर्ज that the British government in India stopped wasting public money in promoting Oriental learning, for it was of no practical use. Okay, so there is no practical use of Oriental learning. With great energy and passion, Macaulay emphasized the need to teach the English language. Okay, तो उन्होंने क्या कहा कि Macaulay ने कहा कि that it is important to teach English language because they wanted to people to are categorized like एक अकाउंटेंट क्लर्क से रिलेटेड उनको सिर्फ उतनी क्या एजुकेशन वो देना चाहते थे. So he felt that knowledge of English would allow Indians to read some of the finest literature the world had produced, or it would make them aware of developments in Western science and philosophy. So basically, they wanted to uh, make them aware of the developments of Western science and philosophy. Okay, teaching of English could thus be a way of civilizing people, changing their taste, values, and culture. Okay. Now, following Macaulay Minute. अच्छा मैकाले के क्या मिनट्स थे? It is very important कि English Education Act of 1835 was introduced. The decision was to make English the medium of instruction of higher education. So instruction of higher education में क्या English medium होनी चाहिए. Okay. And to stop the promotion of Oriental institution like कलकत्ता मदरसा, ठीक है, बनारस का संस्कृत कॉलेज, उनको स्टॉप करो. And these institutions were seen temples of darkness that were falling themselves into decay. English textbook now began to be produced for schools. ठीक है, इंग्लिश टेक्स्ट बुक अब क्या होने लगी, स्कूल के लिए भी प्रोड्यूस होने लगी, यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए भी प्रोड्यूस होने लगी, यानी कि सारी चीज़ें क्या चल रही हैं अब इंग्लिश में चल रही हैं. ओके. Okay, now we will see education for commerce. So we will see or we will discuss in this topic that कि education for commerce कि in 1854 the court of directors of the East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the government general in India issued by Charles Wood. So basically Charles Wood को क्या कर दिया, उन्होंने issue कर दिया, and the president of the board of controllers of the company, it has been to be known as Wood Dispatch. So basically Wood Dispatch is very famous, outlining the educational policy that was to be followed in India, and it emphasized once again the practical benefit of a system of European learning. Okay, so basically what they had wanted to emphasize the practical learning, emphasize the benefit of a system of European learning. Okay. One of the practical use of dispatch pointed to was economy. It was very important that I told you कि उनको क्या चाहिए, तो सारे वर्कर्स तो वो ब्रिटेन से यहाँ नहीं बुला सकते थे अपने लिए, तो उन्होंने क्या किया, इंडिया वालों को शिक्षित करना स्टार्ट कर दिया फॉर देयर पर्पज. सो यूरोपियन लर्निंग इट सेट वुड enable Indians to recognize the advantages that flow from the expansion of trade and commerce and make them see the importance of developing the resources of the country. Got it? Second thing, introducing them to European ways of life. ठीक है, उनको यूरोपियन वेज ऑफ लाइफ क्या करना है, इंट्रोड्यूस करना है. वो चेंज देयर टेस्ट एंड डिज़ायर, उनके टेस्ट और डिज़ायर को क्या करें, वो करना है, चेंज करना है, यानी कि वो एंड क्रिएट डिमांड ऑफ ब्रिटिश गुड्स. ठीक है, जिससे वो क्या करें, ब्रिटिश गुड्स की डिमांड. इट मीन्स कि वो शरीर और इट मीन्स कि वो उनकी जो हैबिट हैं वो पूरी की पूरी क्या वेस्टर्न तरीके से हो जाएं, और उनकी सिर्फ आत्मा ही आत्मा क्या रहे, उनके शरीर की आत्मा उनकी रहे, बाकी वो सारी चीज़ें क्या करें, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज की जैसे करें. सो इट विल बिगिन टू appreciate and buy things that were produced in Europe. Okay, so this is the end of the video. We will meet in the next day in a new video. Goodbye. Have a good day to all of you.